is nothing quite as delicious as a buttery, flaky, melt-in-your-mouth tart. Jason Parsons is going to show you how easy it is to whip up his onion and gruyere version for today's daily dish. So here's what you need: Spanish onions, unsalted butter, garlic, fresh rosemary, some Chardonnay, gruyere cheese, 10% cream, eggs, nutmeg, and pie dough. Okay, Jason, it has been too long. I mean, to the point where I had to message you. I was like, Jason, are we still friends? Like, why am I not seeing you on the show? What's going on? And I know it's because you were so busy. It's beautiful to see you out on location in Niagara. And welcome back, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. You know what? It's been, as we know, a crazy summer. But, I mean, look at this. Oh. It's hard to leave this, right? But and also, it's been one of those years where we're just trying to make things work in the restaurant, you know, trying to figure out how we can still be able to provide all our customers what we do and be safe for our customers and our staff, right? So it's just been a challenging year, but we're getting our groove now, and I'm so happy to be back.
Let's get started on this recipe, which sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a great little onion and cheese tart, and you know, when I say that, I mean onion and gruyere cheese. A lot of onion, a lot of cheese in there. But I'm also going to show you a really cool tip on how to blind bake your crust, because that's really important to keep things nice and together. But let's start with the onions. And you know me, I'm not shy on the butter, but this time you want to really be generous with the butter, okay? Lots of butter in your pan, and look at all these onions. Oh. You know, and I mean, I don't have to put all these in. Yeah, this is where it comes from, right? And you got to remember, when you cook onions, they're going to reduce down, okay? So be generous with them. And then I've got fresh rosemary, which I think we're fall right now. Let's get that kind of you know, I don't want to say winter flavors, but colder climate flavors, you know. So lots of rosemary in there. And then a ton of garlic. I think it's almost like 5 cloves of garlic, but that's where your bite comes from, right? So, and I've just chopped that quite fine. It's a slow cooking from here. You know, you're just going to keep stirring it and stirring it. It's going to be patient, but after a few minutes, you're going to end up with something like that.
Lovely.
And look at them. They already look great, right? And you can smell the garlic in here. But now we need to bring this together. And Tracy, do you like quiche?
I love quiche, any kind of quiche. And is this going to be sort of reminiscent of a quiche?
It is. It's kind of using the quiche base, which is basically eggs and cream, you know, to kind of cook it and give you that custard that brings it all together. We're just not going to use as much, you know, we're just going to let the onions kind of come together. So I've got some eggs in here. I'm just adding a little bit of cream in there. You can see I measure everything is perfect as always, but follow the recipe. And then a little bit of nutmeg. Again, it's that fall flavors, you know, but you can throw nutmeg, you can throw allspice in here, whatever you want, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're just going to add some beautiful Chardonnay into your onions. That gives you a little bit of a tang. And then you're going to add this mixture into there as well. And that gives you the cooking base that you need.
That looks beautiful, and I'm sure we're using Peller Chardonnay, are we not?
Of course, only the best. Our signature Chardonnay, been left on its leaves, got that nice oaky flavor. And you know what? It works really great with the onions because they're so strong, but also the cheese, because I'm using gruyere cheese, which, you know, you know that, I mean, we used to joke and say, you know your father's feet, how they stink? Well, this is what this stinks like, right? But that's how we used to call it, father's feet cheese. But it just has that really great pungency to it. And I think if you eat gruyere on its own, it's probably a little too strong, but with the wine, with the garlic, it works perfect. So you stir this up, and then you've got your tart shell. So with this, I lined it with pie dough, but what I did is I actually put a bit of parchment on top and some beans or just something heavy and baked it for about 5 minutes first, and so you can see it's blind baked. The reason I do that is because it fills all the holes in, so when I start putting all my mixture in there, it's not going to leak out. Just going to take that, oh, isn't that great already? Just pop that right in there. And you're going to leave it, you're going to let it bubble, you're going to let the cheese bubble, you're going to get the little brulee. And if you don't get enough brulee from your oven, put the broiler on and bubble it up.
Yeah.
Because after a little while, you get something as beautiful as that.
Oh my goodness. That looks
amazing?
Incredible. And it's huge. I mean, if you and Meg have any problems getting through that, I'm over here in Toronto. It should be able to make it to my place in about an hour,